So end-of-life care is discussed right from the beginning, from assessment. So when we go and do an assessment and we're asking them tick box questions, we like to bring up the subject quite early on, because there's often discussions that our brothers and sisters haven't had yet with their families and their friends. So that when they do come into the home on admission, when we are asking these questions, what are their preferences for their end-of-life care, it's not such a shock, so that we know what their preferences are.
So we use this tool called the Preferred Priorities for Care, or the PPC for short. It's a tool that helps us to plan in advance someone's care. So say for example, while they have the capacity, they can put their decisions in here, where they want to be cared for at the end of their life, funeral arrangements. They can put all that information in this, so if there ever was a time that that person didn't have capacity, we have documentation of what they want for their wishes. I've been trained in the 6 steps end-of-life care, and I also attend the quarterly meetings in the Blackpool area as well, and that not only affects the home but also with the resident as well, and given the highest standard of care, we can be up to date with the latest legislation. It helps me train my team as well, so they can deliver the best standard of care, especially during the end of someone's life. We also have the support of the community as well. The GPs and the district nurses help us very much on the caring of the end of someone's life. So with our local GP service, we have an iPad that's been given to us, so we can FaceTime our local GPs. It just saves the time for a GP to come out and see the person. We can actually get the iPad out and FaceTime them, so they can see the patient visually, and maybe inspect them if they have a visual issue.
So on the final days and hours of a resident being in the stage of end of life, it can be really, really difficult, and it can be time consuming, because you're still having to run the home. You've still got 30 plus residents to look after, and the home's got to carry on running. So we do seek help from volunteers in the congregation, to bank staff, to family and friends, to come and help, because we don't ever like our brothers and sisters to be on their own. We want to ensure that as much as possible they have somebody with them to hold the hand, to a damp cloth on the face, to saying a prayer with them, just so that they feel comfortable knowing that they're not on their own. When staff are on a break, they often volunteer to go and sit with them, have the break with them. Also, when we have our supervisor will go into some of their supernumerary hours, and they go and sit upstairs and do their work. We've got a relationship. We're not just caring for somebody. It's not just a job for us. We love our brothers and sisters. We've got that friendship. We've got that bond. We've grown. Some of our staff have lived locally for many years, and they've known the residents since they were tots, and now they've grown up, and now they're caring for brothers and sisters from their congregation, elders in the congregation, sisters in the congregation. So some of our staff have actually known a lot of our residents for so many years, so it's not just a job for them. So to ensure that they're not on their own in them final moments is really important. And one of the reasons why they come to Jah-Jireh is to ensure their spiritual needs are being met. So that doesn't end. From the moment they come into the home to the moment they leave us, we're promoting their spirituality all the way through. We don't know when they go into an unconscious state. We don't know what they can hear. There's a lot of proven stats to say that our hearing's our last sense to go. So we try to ensure that we've got theocratic music on in the background, whether it be kingdom songs or some of the music that's being released now, to ensure that they're consistently having spiritual thoughts. So once the individual has passed away, we want to ensure that they leave us very dignified. So we ensure that we lay the body out, we wash them, we talk to them. I quite often have a good old cry and talk to them all the way through the process. Wash them, make sure the hair's neat and tidy, that they're clean, that the hands and feet are clean, that they're dressed. And we quite often discuss that as well, what they'd like to wear once they've passed away. We have the discussion with family members beforehand, and we dress them and leave them ready. Sometimes family want to come in and see them before they leave the home. We make sure that they're well dignified all through the stages. One example that was quite touching, one of our brothers and sisters passed away not so long ago. They were a married couple, and they both died within 4 hours of each other. So it was quite emotional. So they died within 4 hours of each other. And when they passed away, we laid them out, we washed them, we dressed them, they looked smart, we pushed both their beds together, and it was quite emotional because just to see that even though they'd now passed, they were still together. So once the process is finished and the individual has left the building, we've still got a shift to get on with, and it can be quite an emotional experience because it's not just an individual that's passed away, it's our brother or sister that's just passed away, it's our friend, we view them as nan and grand, some of the younger staff view them as nan and grand. This is somebody that's quite close to us that has just passed away. And if you've just been told that your nan or granddad or your mum and dad have just passed away, you've got to go through that mourning process, not to get straight back to work within a few minutes. So we like to bring the staff together, not for long because we have got to carry on, but just 5 or 10 minutes just to say a little prayer and maybe discuss a few memories, have a cup of tea, and then we have to get on with our work. But we also maybe like to, if the family are here or friends are here of the individual, we also like to have them included so that they know how well their mum or dad or nan or granddad were thought of, and include them in the bereavement process in our meeting. So here at Jah-Jireh, when we go through all these processes, it can seem quite emotional. It can seem like an emotional process. But for myself, I'm extremely proud. I've been in the care industry now for 15 years. And one area that I think at Jah-Jireh we excel in is end-of-life care. We've built up a relationship with the brothers and sisters. We've got a closeness, we've got a bond with them. They're not being cared for by strangers. They're not being cared for by members of the public that doesn't know them, doesn't know their life history, doesn't know their likes and their dislikes, doesn't have that relationship or have that understanding of their spiritual preferences. Have the same beliefs, have the same hopes for the future, but we do. So it's nice to know that they know that we know, and that we're able to keep to the forefront of their minds that we've got that hope for the resurrection, and we can keep reminding them of that. So I remember somebody once telling me that midwives have the privilege of bringing life into the world, but we've got the privilege of seeing them out of the system, and then look forward to seeing them in the new.